Our journey begins in the early 1930s, in a Germany struggling with the economic and political aftermath of the First World War. A charismatic yet deeply disturbed figure, Adolf Hitler, rose to power, promising prosperity and national pride. Little did the world know he harbored a sinister plan that would forever scar humanity. Hitler's anti-Semitic views were not hidden. They were a central part of his political platform. In 1933, the Nazis began to implement these views through the Law for the Restoration of the Professional Civil Service, which banned Jews from holding any public office. It marked the beginning of a systematic campaign against the Jews, which would only intensify in the years to come. By 1935, the Nuremberg laws stripped German Jews of their citizenship, making them mere subjects of the state. They were denied basic rights, discriminated against, and gradually isolated from society. This was the Nazis' way of preparing the German populace for the atrocities that were yet to come. The year 1938 brought the infamous Kristallnacht, or the Night of Broken Glass. Synagogues were burned down, Jewish businesses were vandalized, and thousands of Jews were sent to concentration camps. This night of terror signaled the beginning of mass violence against Jews on a scale previously unseen. As World War II commenced in 1939, the Nazis' plan for the final solution of the Jewish question began to take shape. Concentration camps and extermination camps were established throughout Nazi-occupied Europe. Jews were rounded up, deported, and in many cases brutally murdered. Auschwitz, Treblinka, Sobibor, these names have since become etched into our collective memory as symbols of human cruelty at its worst. The Holocaust reached its terrifying height between 1941 and 1945. Millions of Jews deemed undesirable by the Nazi regime were systematically murdered. Men, women, children, no one was spared. The world watched in horror, unable to comprehend the scale of the atrocities. When the Allied forces finally liberated the camps in 1945, the world was confronted with the grim reality of the Holocaust. The sheer scale of the genocide was unimaginable. 6 million Jews, 2/3 of Europe's Jewish population, had been wiped out. The Holocaust serves as a stark reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink when intolerance, hatred, and bigotry are allowed to flourish unchecked. It reminds us of the immense harm that can result from the manipulation of truth and the spread of propaganda. We must never forget the lessons of the Holocaust. We must strive to remember the victims, honor their memory, and ensure that such a catastrophe never happens again. It is our responsibility to actively fight against hate, prejudice, and intolerance in all its forms. For in the words of philosopher George Santayana, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. The Holocaust remains a chilling testament to the destructive power of hatred. It challenges us to confront the darkness within humanity and compels us to strive for a world where such atrocities are nothing more than a distant memory.